When most people think of comics, they think of either superheroes or sort of mindless newspaper strips. So the automatic association is that comics are for kids. It's already pretty thoughtful and already pretty expressive. Ever since the 60s, it's been aimed more for adults. I guess when I was about 10 or 11, I thought that I'd like to be a cartoonist for a living. Well, I made my own little animated cartoon films, which took me about a year to do each. When I was in high school, my dream was to have my own cartoon show. I think all the teachers, all art teachers I had found out about that sooner or later. But I'd always do paintings and drawings that were more cartoony in nature, and they didn't really like them. I think they sort of thought it wasn't high art. Paddleman is just a tool to express my frustrations with the corporate world, I guess. It's a certain type of person who is really into comics. For some reason, there's not a lot of people who read comics a lot and buy them a lot and are really into them. The character of Wiggly Woo came from a night at the Toronto Comic Jam. Me and my friend Jason were working on a strip, and I just randomly thought up of that character for one of the panels. And I liked him, so I just decided to, turn it into a one-page strip. Right now I'm actually working on a 40-page story, which is twice as long as any story I've done before, and that's just the story that popped into my head at the time. So I think for me it's just naturally evolving, where I'm writing longer stories and I'm not even thinking about it. The way I put out one of my comics is, after I finish the actual artwork, then I'll just take it over to a business depot and make copies of each page, and then I'll make sort of a prototype copy and bring about 5 copies each to 4 different stores in Toronto that will accept that type of work. They don't sell well at the Beguiling because there's so much competition. Like, if you look at their zine rack, it's just packed. Like, I can't even find my work in there, it's just buried. I'm not gonna be optimistic enough to say that I'm gonna have my own series withdrawn in quarterly or something like that. I always recognize certain things going on, even if it's the way one of my characters looks, the way I drew him. Oh, that's my friend from 5 years ago. Like, there's all kinds of things going on. Well, the life of a cartoonist, there's not a lot of interesting stuff that happens. Probably the most interesting thing was when, I got an email saying someone wanted to do a documentary on me. That's probably the most interesting thing.